So yesterday, there was a story that broke from O'Keefe Media Group. That is the organization that James O'Keefe started after he was ousted from Project Veritas, where one of his volunteers interviewed a man who works for the IRS Criminal Investigations Unit. The meeting was under the guise of a date, and the volunteer got a lot of information out of this man, Alex Mena, about the current workings of the IRS.
So AI has access to everybody's bank account?
The most shocking is the fact that the IRS is utilizing AI to find people to audit.
They see the amount in your bank account, yes.
But what Alex says is that it's not even the IRS, but it's the DOJ who operates the AI.
The Department of Justice, the Inspector General, all those people are controlling it, not the IRS.
Alex goes into detail about this.
They control the AI? Who does?
The Department of Justice and the Inspector General.
Really, the legality of this is pretty spotty at best.
They are assholes.
Really?
They are the definition of an asshole. All of them telling me the first person you shoot, you're gonna remember. But after that, you're gonna shoot 100 people, you're not gonna remember any of them.
In 2023, there was an article in the New York Times that describes the IRS was going to be implementing AI to go after rich partners and hedge funds and other things and big groups like that. The Supreme Court last year upheld the decision in IRS versus Pulselli, which allows the IRS to look at bank records, particularly of those who are delinquent in taxes or late payments. And they are empowered to do this without notice. This is under IRS 7602, which states,
Congress has given the Internal Revenue Service broad powers to compel the production of information it requires to ascertain tax liability or to collect tax. Section 7602 of the Internal Revenue Code permits the service, for any statutorily authorized purpose, to 1. Examine any books, papers, records, or other data. 2. Summon a taxpayer or any other person, requiring the person to appear to produce books and records and to give testimony under oath. And 3. Take testimony under oath.
This gives the IRS the ability to look into people's accounts that are being audited or suspicious of being audited, whether that be a large organization or just an individual.
They have no problem going after the small people, putting people in prison, destroying people's life.
Really?
They have no problem doing that.
In our opinion, this appears to be in violation of the Fourth Amendment, which states,
the right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrants shall issue, but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched, and the persons or things to be seized.
Alex Mena also said that the IRS is under the President and the Congress, and the states really have no say over the IRS, and it's AI whether we want it or not.
The thing about the IRS, because it's a federal agency just under the president.
Wait, say it again?
The IRS, because it's a federal agency. Mm-hmm. We are right under the Congress and the president.
Yeah.
The state really doesn't have a say on what we do.
Wow. So AI, whether we want it or not.
This is a scary prospect for the United States. Our country has a standard of being represented by those we choose. The whole point of our government and why it was created the way that it was is so that there are checks and balances at every level of government. And we are to be represented by those we vote into office and not government bureaucrats. The IRS seems to appear more like an additional branch of the government rather than just an agency to help the United States. My own opinion on income tax is that there shouldn't be one, and in its place should be a consumption tax. So rather than the government taking what they want before you get paid, the government only gets to take your money if you choose to use it. This idea mostly comes from the thoughts of John Locke, and his famous quote being,
all equal and independent, no one ought to harm another in his life, health, liberty, or possessions.
Locke argued that each of us has a property in his or her person, and that the property is inalienable, that is, it cannot be transferred to another. I argue that if you can never own something fully, and that you have to continually pay the government to possess the thing, whether it be currency or property, then you will never have a society that is truly free. If we are renting everything we quote-unquote own from the government and they can take it away if we don't pay them their quote-unquote share, We are not a free country, and our liberties are being infringed upon.